Soldier on the track.
What's up, everybody? This is John, aka The Godfather, representing me, ISLA Auto Club, CEO, representing the Bronx all day, every day. And if you want to go back a little bit to give you the history of my team, we started off back in '93 with an auto club named Wawanko Auto Club. And it was just a hangout of friends that we had back in the days, and it was all about the mechanic and hooking up our cars, and and really the club wasn't mine. I was voted into presidency there, and really the guys that we had, they weren't that really into doing different things, so I wanted to go further. I used to see clubs out there like Capicu, the R, Borinquen Riders. We used to go to Brooklyn and used to see clubs as SPMG, The Click. These are all clubs that were starting back then. And I just wanted to take it to another level. And I knew I wasn't gonna do it with Wawanko. So around 90s, in the beginning of 97, I had a meeting with my team and I explained to them that I was gonna step off because really the club wasn't mine, and I just wanted to do something different. And I broke it off, and the guys who were loyal, they stood with me, they left with me. And really the club really just broke off completely from there. And that weekend we went to a restaurant. I remember the restaurant because it was on 105th Street and 3rd Avenue. It was called La Isla. And we there just, chilling, kicking it back, having a few beers and eating some alcapurrias, how Puerto Ricans do. And I was looking at the handkerchief, the napkin from the restaurant. And it had a palm tree with a rock. And it just said La Isla, restaurant. And as the guys were eating and talking and rambling and, we drinking, we tossing them back a little bit. And I just started drawing on the napkin. I extended the rock, put a sun on it, a couple of birds. And
you can't forget the birds.
Yeah, you can't. The birds are very important. You gotta have birds. And I remember one of the guys that left with me, his name was Jose. He looked at the handkerchief and he was like, "What are you doing, bro?" And I was like, "I don't know, I'm just, playing with this, And he's like, "Yo, that looks like a logo, like another club. Are you, what are you thinking?" And I said, "I don't know, man, it sounds like mi isla, And he says, "You know what, that sounds awesome." And he just started talking to the other guys, and they really pushed me to it. And in June of 97 was when we decided to go see Gerald. Gerald was he used to be our sticker guy. He used to work for Speed World over on Queens Boulevard. And I went to see him and I showed him the napkin. He scanned it, he put it up on the computer, he started playing with it. He added a couple of more palm trees, He put the flag in the middle. And he just started playing with it. And when he showed me the finished work, I was like, wow, this is it. From something so small, it went to something like, it was emotional for me because this was gonna be the start of my own thing,
That was the birth of these.
Right. And with getting the jackets ready and because really we were the first ones in the Bronx to come out with vests. Really, mi isla was one of the ones who originated the Auto Club vests. And we started the patchwork and we became official in December of 97. I remember like it was yesterday, and the same day we were born, me and two other guys went and had tattoos done, and we just took the shit to another level, man. Like, it was crazy. Like, I couldn't believe the love I was getting after that. You know, like everybody wanted to be down with me. And at one point, we were, you know, I wanted to start off with the Astro scene because, you know, the hot rods were getting hot in Hunts Point. You know, Capicu had the Toyotas, and, you know, there was a lot of things going on in Hunts Point. A couple of people passed away, and due to the racing. So I wanted to change the game. And I went with Astro vans, and there was nothing I didn't do to an Astro. I totally funked it out. Like, you know, I went crazy with the shit.
Why the Astro van and not like Chevy Camaro?
Well, it was just a different look. I wanted to come out with something different. You know, everybody was out there doing the same thing, you know. I wanted to give the club scene a different outlook on what you could do to a family car, you know. Everybody was into racing and hot rods. I mean, we had them too. But, you know, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something sexy, you know. And at one point, we had up to 75 members with Astro vans. And, you know, just like everything else, I was learning, I was young. And it became difficult to deal with so many cars and so many members. And, you know, a lot of people, you know, they learned and some moved on, you know, through, you know, some circumstances you have to let people go. And, you know, we became comfortable, and I started reaching out to people, you know, different clubs. At one point, we was real cool with Capicu. Yeah, Capicu, them guys were awesome. I had a lot of close friends in there too. Like we had Nelson, Dragon, you know, it was a couple of cool guys in there, and it turned into like a hangout, you know? And they helped me, well, Paul, he kind of guided me to where I should be. And right after them, we ran into another team, the Bronx New Yorkers.
Right.
I hung out a lot with them. They were more like AC/MC.
Right.
And, you know, they really were the ones who put me out there to meet different clubs, and, you know, they kind of put me on the limelight. And, you know, it was just a good experience for me because I learned a lot. You know, I learned guidance. I learned, you know, like I learned how to be a leader with these people, and, you know, what to expect, what attitude to give, how to give it, what love to show, when not to show, you know, how your members should be treated. Because remember, I was young back then. I didn't know much, you know.
And how was like the environment then, like between like the relationship between you and other folks?
To be honest with you, it was all love. You know, it's not like the scene now. The scene now is a little different, but back then, it was more about, it wasn't about how many numbers you had. It was just about, you know, how cool were you with the, you know, with the certain clubs, and, you know, just the way things were. It was just totally different. You know, you didn't have to have the best cars in order for you to be down, or, you know, you didn't have to have the best cars. You didn't have to, you know, it was just, you know, it was just basically a family thing. You know, it was getting to know other people, and, you know, the barbecues and the little trophy parties they used to do. And it's just crazy how the whole circuit has turned around.
So can you tell me what's the main difference between then and what the current state is as of right now?
Now I feel like there's too much competition. Everybody's looking to be better than the next person. You know, who got more numbers, who could show the most love. And, you know, it's just, you know, it's not the same anymore, you know? It's not the same anymore. And I'm trying to raise my team to be different. You know, I want them to stick to the old family values that the older club scene started with. Not the new ones, because, you know, it's just, the game has gotten ridiculous, you know?
So, if you had a mission statement for your team,
Loyalty. Loyalty, love, you know, it's about family, man. Because if you don't have family, what do you have? Family's in numbers, you know. It's about who shows love, not about who's gonna show love.
There's gonna be a lot of other people that are not engaged with like the auto club scene that are on watch. The first impression that they might have is the guys who are the best season of the game. Can you explain to me what like the perception is that you would give to them as to what you and your team are doing?
Well, number one, we're not a gang. I think no auto club should be, affiliated or even try to be put in the same category as a gang. It's just about, how you represent your team. What I don't even know how do you say it. What impression you give to others. You go into a party with all this rah-rah shit and what the fuck, and it's not about that. It's about going to your brother club and showing them that you're still there.
What's the future for the ISLA?
Well, after 18 long years, and I say long because it's been a rough road. The streets still have to get paved, but it's mean like we're gonna do a couple more years. I think before I retire, we're gonna go out with a bang. I don't want to be one of those clubs that were out all this time and we didn't make a mark. I want to make a mark. I want to set an example. When we retire, I want us to be known as, damn, that team, they made a statement, they proved something. But we're gonna be out a couple of more years, and hopefully, with everybody's support, we can do beautiful things,
Any shouts?
Well, first and foremost, I gotta give a very, very much deserved shout out to Storm 300. Not only are they an elite team, they've worked hard for where they're at right now, but they're family to me. There's blood running through the veins, and one way you got to give them love too. The movement, I always get love from the movement, regardless whether I go to their parties or not. But when I go, they show me the same love from the first date. And that to me is very important. Gotta give my team a shout out. My guys they're incredible, man. They just, every time we do something, they show me something different. Now they're showing me, and it's all from what I've shown them. But I just hope whoever's gonna see this could, get an idea of what, we're trying to do today. And I hope that things end up for the better.